Hello folks, welcome to Why So Curious. In today's video, we are going to discuss how America become weak because of war and why Indian rupee is falling. Disclaimer, I'm not an expert, I'm just a curious one who try to learn geopolitics as well as improve my speaking skills. So first of all, we discussed many things in our previous video like petrodollar agreement. But guess what? Now America not have that bigger advantage in petrodollar. How? Because Iran gave permission to their ship to sell oil in petro yuan, not petro yuan, definitely in yuan currency, which is China's currency. And now there is big threat for American petrodollar agreement. If now anything's happened, that petrodollar agreement will convert into petro yuan agreement. And why this is big edge for America petrodollar agreement? Because as we discussed, because of petrodollar agreement, dollar demand is continuously rising in worldwide because every nation want oil, and because of oil sells in dollar demand increase. But what if there is no petrodollar agreement? If definitely not Gulf nations, but if Iran start to sell oil in yuan, then there is certain decrease in dollar. So now demand decrease of yuan that make America vulnerable. There are other many factors as well. If you look, there are multiple ways America looks vulnerable after this war. There is rising question: is China tech world power? And why this is question now? Because if you look at many three, four nations you consider as world power like America, Russia, China. Currently, China has edge as compared to other two nations, Russia and America, because America is already in war. They absorb their military power as well as financial conditions. While you watch Russia, Russia is not currently in too much power because of world other nations put too many sanctions on Russia, as well as Russia was in war with Ukraine for such a long time. So it's also not very strong. But you just look China. China is not participate any war from many decades. China has definitely on edge in this side because they have full their military potential, as well as if petrodollar agreement if anything happened with petrodollar agreement and they convert into petro yuan, they definitely give edge to China. So currently China is in good positions. And why this is matters? Because you look Taiwan. Many Taiwan is such a important and pivotal nation because of semiconductor. Most of technology run on semiconductors. America always protect Taiwan because they not want to go Taiwan into China's hand. Because if it will happen, China definitely dominate the world on a higher level. But currently you look America, they already in war with Iran, which I don't think any kind of result they shows, because definitely not in American favor, because they thought about ending war within 2 3 days, and I'm recording this video on 23rd day of war, I think. So it's such a long time and there is no result, just absorption of US military. So uh, I I will take example of one good military like America. American has certain destructive missiles which they produce 80 per year, and within 2 days of war they launched 400 missiles, which is almost 5 years of manufacturing. And how they will protect Taiwan with this kind of power? Definitely, US has a lot more power than just these missiles and other factors. But definitely, America is not currently in their dominant stage. Also, there are many reasons. I tell you, America also has going through with civil war. In AI and finance, there is Silicon Valley and Wall Street, elites and counter elites. But I don't think today is topic of discussing that. We will definitely discuss in our coming videos. But I tell you what, many people try to stop war. How? Not directly, because no one want to involve in this destructive war. Because if anyone try to involve in, their nation also involved in war, and no one want to war because it will decline your progress of nation almost 2 decades. Any war, doesn't matter how small it is, it definitely affect on your economy. So many European leaders said couple of days ago that any country will try to seize the war. And guess what? Which country they claimed? It is India. Why? Because India has good relationship, good relation with Iran as well as America. But I don't think India want to involve, because if India will involve, it directly affect on our economy. And currently we are affecting by many major factors. First of all, currently Indian rupee is at 94 against dollar. This is the lowest point of Indian rupee compared to dollar. $1 equal to 94 Indian rupees. This is definitely a worried stage. And how it will affect, as you know, Strait of Hormuz, which is closed by Iran. And I not told you in previous video, Strait of Hormuz is 24 mile long, and they has they have only two routes. One is incoming and one is going. So you can't uh, sell too many ships in this way. And definitely oil production is currently very reduced as compared to before war criteria. So because of oil demand, there is no enough supply. Because of that, Brent oil price continues surge. They reached almost $110, and this directly impact Indian rupees. How? Because when Brent oil price up, India have to pay more dollar. Because of petrodollar agreement, India have to pay more dollar for oils, and because of that, dollar demand increase. And whenever dollar demand increase, other currency which is Indian rupee, they falling. So this is how currently India is not in a good stage in term of currency. And I give you brief detail about Brent oil. Brent oil is basically a standard of measuring oil. There are two, three standards, not too much in worldwide. Like Brent oil, which is mostly used in Asian countries, China, Japan, Africa, because Brent oil comes from Northern Sea, which is easily to export any country worldwide. And mostly Brent oil price equal to oil price most of time, not always. US oil standard is WTI, and other is Dubai oil, which is not too much used apart from Gulf nations. So this is what for today. Thanks for watching. If I made any mistake, then forgive me. I'm just a curious one. I try to learn, and if you have any suggestion, share with comment.